Spoiler first, we're not in an alt season, whether you thought so or not. Currently, absolutely not the case. But there might be some hope. And that's all that I'm going to be spreading today is hope. I'm going to start on the Bitcoin chart. And this has been my high time frame idea for a long time. So I still would lean towards a last final push into the 116,000 to 130,000 region. This would then end the cycle for me. So we would end up with a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And the 5 would consist of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To get this final push, we really need to see the move happening from these levels right now. So I think if we take out the low again, then for me, this would probably be the end of the cycle. Either we get the fifth of the fifth, and then we would need to see expansion from this level right now. Now, alt season. What is an alt season? Well, for me, we see a Bitcoin all-time high, and then we see a lower high on Bitcoin. And while Bitcoin makes the lower high, the alts make another higher high, right? So this is when all of the tickers that we're going to look at later, with, for example, Bitcoin dominance, rollover, ETH, BTC. So again, to make this very clear, Bitcoin, all-time high, lower high, altcoins, higher high, while Bitcoin prints the lower high. This is what we ideally would like to see. When I say Bitcoin might be in the last push, a final all-time high, before then printing a lower high, there should be some alts or some tickers that actually give me hope for 2 more pushes, right? So for example, I think Link is probably the best looking chart to show you what I'm talking about. So Link, and forget this is not about price targets. Forget the price levels where I'm putting these. But Link has shown me a pretty clean 1-2, and now another potential 1-2. So if what I was asking for is going to play out, which is another high and then a final high, this would be in complete confluence with, for example, the Link chart. I hope you understand what I'm saying. While Bitcoin is going to print in theory, Bitcoin is going to print the all-time high, Link is going to finish the wave 3, and then Bitcoin is going to roll over, print a lower high, and in this period, this is the potential alt season where Link is going to go for a final fifth, and then everything just dies, basically. This is what has happened in the past. And Link is one of the charts that gives me hope that we might see this. Now, I'm not going to expect a alt season where everything just pumps and we just all get rich at the same time. I think we have way too many altcoins right now to expect a pump across the board. So I think a couple of coins with the right narrative behind it might actually be the reason for an alt season. But yeah, most of the coins are just gonna completely die. Another candidate would be AVAX for me. Now, as you can see, we have a pretty clean 5-wave impulse off of the lows. And then we've seen an ABC down. And now we might be, this might be the completed 1-2. And now we would see a push to the upside, giving us, again, this is what I'm looking for today, giving us another high and then a final high, okay? So again, AVAX is one of these coins. If we get the push from, obviously this is the first thing that we need to see is a nice push off of this level right now. And again, if we take the low one more time, then I think, yeah, AVAX is also done. We have Solana might be a candidate, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. I think this one is more so in line with Bitcoin, or might already be done. That is also possible, because Solana was just super strong while all the other alts were doing nothing. ETH BTC, I've mentioned this in the past, and I'm going to do it again here. We have taken a significant area of liquidity here. We have the rocket launcher. This is the structure that what I like to call the structure of the rocket launcher, because we have so much liquidity. Once we start to push through this liquidity, we're just going to accelerate to the upside in a blink of an eye. But right now, yeah, we're just testing bearish levels, and we have not seen any significant break. So I personally at least need to see a very convincing break above this level. As you can see, my alarm is here. Anything below here is just a bearish retest before a lower low, right? So this is what I'm expecting. And once we actually get above the orange line, this is when I think, okay, maybe there's something brewing right here. The ETH USD chart is starting to look pretty okay for the first time in quite some time. I actually have two ETH charts. So you can see the gray box is a high time frame level that I've been looking at for quite some time. And now this is the chart that I'm currently updating. And I'm very happy for now that we've seen a clean flip of this bearish fair value gap. So this was red until we broke it. And as you can see, once we broke it, we have respected it on a retest. So very nice looking confluence right now. I don't want to see a daily candle close below this level, because then, yeah, the whole idea is basically invalidated, that we use the high time frame level to see a significant bounce. So first side quest has been hit, and the next side quest is this red box here, the obvious golden pocket. Until we break this level, there's just nothing to write home about. There's nothing to get excited about. Most of you guys probably use the FIB tool, and this is the biggest level on any chart, whether it be bearish or bullish. This is always the area that you need to see flipped in order to get excited if you're a bull. And then the end boss is a close above this level. If we get these three signs, one being down here, the second being a flip of this box, and the third being a high time frame close above this level, then we have a very nice confirmation and very nice confluence that we might have found a bottom here. The most important chart for me right now is actually USDT dominance. Not many people post about it, not many people chart it. I think this is way more significant than Bitcoin dominance. We're gonna start off on the weekly. As you can see here, we had the all-time high. Yep, all-time high in June 22. Came lower, formed a nice looking order block here, and this should have been the area where we bounced to an all-time high. We didn't. We ended up printing a lower high here, and then on a retest, as you can see in this area, it took us, I don't know, like maybe 10 candles, so 10 weeks of price action. We tried to hold this level, and then we just convincingly broke it. And after that, we have not been able to reclaim it. It ended up becoming a breaker on a loss of this level here, and it has shown us that it wants to stay that way. So no close above, no significant price action above this order block, which is a good sign. And then on the daily, if we look at the lower time frame price action, as you can see here, we saw a sweep and a market structure break. So left another order block here, tested the order block, and we are now starting to accelerate to the downside. Yeah, I don't really I need to see the lower time frame structure here in order to really confirm that the high has been printed here, and we're now going for the lower levels. But I feel like this consolidation here is equal lows here is very tasty, as well as these equal lows here look like they're ready for the taking. And then on the monthly level, we have a fair value gap here that I think should be the drawn liquidity right now. And this is also my ultimate target for this cycle. I don't think we drop lower. I think this will be in line, at least from my understanding, this will be in line with another push on Bitcoin, and like the last hooray basically. And then maybe the alt season takes us into the 340, 320 level, something around the price label here. And from there, I think it's basically over. This has been my bias for quite some time, and I'm gonna stick with it because this is the result of my analysis. Bitcoin dominance, as I said, we have so many altcoins now that I think this chart is it's becoming more and more irrelevant. At the same time, if you give me this chart on the 15-minute or on the 5-minute, I think what I'm expecting is a test of this order block here and then a market structure break, and I would try to get into this low, or at least into this low, because like this is looking very, very yeah, juicy. Like I don't have any experience trading this chart. I mean, obviously you can trade it, but I don't know if these concepts really work as well. I'm pretty sure they don't work as well as they do on other charts. At the same time, I mean, every chart is basically the same in the end. It's just information packed into candle bodies. So I think the information is relevant, and the first rejection of this big monthly order block has been decent, and we have now tried to get above this key level down here for 4 or 5 weeks. So yeah, I think we are seeing a reaction, and now it's going to be interesting if we're going to see a rejection as well. So I think in order to really confirm a big pivot point here, we need to see a close above this level. This was the origin of the impulse, took us up here, and now this is just a sort of a range. As long as we don't drop below, what is it, 58.6, yeah, I could see us take the high one more time, and I could see us just range here for eternity, basically. So this is the only, like, these two levels, number 1 here, number 2 here, are the only ones that I'm interested in. But yeah, Bitcoin dominance is at a very high time frame level where a rollover would make sense. Let's just put it that way. This doesn't mean anything. There's no confirmation. There's not even a sign right now that Bitcoin dominance is weakening, right? We have seen a first rejection, yeah, but the following monthly candle here, being March, has not seen any acceleration to the downside. So right now, this is just chop. Do we have something else? Do we have something that goes against my bias? Yeah, I mean, the obvious one would be, if you remember my previous Bitcoin video, the obvious thing that would go against my bias is if the all-time high is already in, then Bitcoin would now print the lower high, like potentially above the Trump candle. This is, yeah, just watch my last Bitcoin update and you see what I talked about this range a lot, basically. Right now it's looking pretty decent. We are currently flipping the equilibrium of the range. So yeah, like, also remember the start of my video today. If this ends up being this is the all-time high, this is the lower high, then this would mean that alts are just going to print one more high, or not across the board, obviously, but some alts are going to show a period of strength, and then everything rolls over. So that's good enough for today. It took me a while to record a video because nothing was happening, and this is the first time that I'm finally seeing something worthy of an upgrade. All my links are in my bio. Check them out if you want to work with me, if you're interested in my Discord, in my mentorship. Thank you guys for your attention. If you have any questions or tickets that you want to see charted, then leave them in the comments, and I talk to you guys in the next video.